Well, hello everybody. Thank you ever so much for joining me back on the channel. It's me, it's TFG March, and we are back with another episode of the demo of Car Mechanic Simulator 2026. I wanted to kind of get the rest of the demo kind of done, or as far as I can really with it, before I move on to other things on the channel, so hence the double episode on a Wednesday. I know this isn't the norm, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. A lot of editing to do today, but here we go. We're on to the next vehicle. This is the Mayan M5 T3, basically an Audi, so that's good. Hey, I'm dropping by with a small problem. My new sporty toy isn't doing so great. The engine misfires and sometimes won't start. The turbo is loud and the brakes are squeaking. I hope I won't regret this purchase. Fix whatever is needed and make sure everything works properly. See you. And change the oil. Okay, so we know we need to do that. That's fine. Let's head to the car, do our usual inspection, and I think what I'm probably going to do is have a look and see if we can use this thing. I did say in the original episode that this was a dyno. It's not. This is for suspension and brakes. The dyno, I believe, is somewhere else on the map. So you can see here, I think that's the dyno. That's some kind of racetrack. Not sure what that is. Petrol station, car wash, yeah, brakes and suspension. So yeah, okay, so I think with this one we're probably going to have to do a lot of investigation. Yeah, so we've got no idea what's actually wrong with this thing. Obviously we have an idea. We have an idea that it's the brakes and the turbo. But what I want to do is... Oh. Yeah, what I want to do is test these things out so I know exactly what's, what it is I'm looking for. So let's activate the test. Drive forward. Ugh. There we go. That'll do. Let's get to the outside view so we can actually see what's going on. Okay, so the brakes. Slow down. Yeah, okay, so the brakes definitely need a bit of work. And let's do the suspension. Okay, let's do the brakes for the rear. And let's do the suspension for the rear as well. Okay. So let's get out of the car. This is a headlight alignment, which I think is pretty cool. So you can align the headlights if they're not quite right. They are obviously right with this, so that's okay. But that's pretty neat. I like that. And then this is obviously the wheel alignment. Looks like all the wheels are aligned. So again, that's okay. That's all good. Right. So we know roughly what the issue is with brakes and suspension. Obviously, there are going to be, other issues that these items won't pick up. But the majority of it has been identified. So let's get it on the lift. like so. Not sure why we have all these doors open. I have a thing about leaving doors open. I think it's from when I was a child, and my mum used to say things to me like, "Oh, you don't live in a barn, do you?" If I left the door open. So yeah, that's kind of where that comes from. I will leave that one open, but we'll shut that. There we go. Right, and we'll also shut that as well. Excellent. Right. Let's close this, and what we're going to do is have a look at the engine. Actually, can we... So we can do examination mode, but we actually have to go into part and mount to use the... or mechanic mode to use the actual tools. So I'm just going to run through the tools that we can use, just to see if I can locate any issues. Okay, so the spark plugs, obviously, they're going to be a problem. Okay, yeah. So, obviously, as thought, there we go, the spark plugs are going to be an issue. So they're already identified and put onto the shopping list. Okay, so let's use another tool. This is going to be the fuel pressure test, just to see if there's any issues here. Okay, no issues with that, that's fine. Additional tools, tyre tread tester. I doubt there's going to be anything wrong with this, but we'll see. No, nothing wrong with the tyres there. That's okay. The electronic meter. Okay, so nothing appears too wrong with that either. And finally, the compression tester. Okay, so for that, yeah, nothing wrong there either. So, on that basis then, let's get the car up on the rack. And let's get our oil drain. And we'll pop that in there. And we'll get it to drain the oil. Yeah. Okay, does the oil filter... Oh yeah, the oil filter looks a bit... Actually, the oil filter doesn't look too bad. If we have a look at the car status, let's have a look at the... car summary. No, it's not in there. I know what I'm looking for, so... conditions... engine, parts... 8 repair with parts of minimum condition. Okay, so yeah, it's 80. Oh, the oil filter does need doing. Okay, so the oil filter, yeah, did need doing. Okay, that's fine. Right, let's add the brake pads. So it's going to be all 4. We've already got the spark plugs, so that's fine. Let's have the turbo. Yeah, so we'll need to access that from the engine bay. This drive shaft looks horrendous, I have to admit. Right, okay, so I'll tell you what then. What we'll do is we'll get the wheels off. Okay, so the drive shaft needs doing. This sway bar looks horrendous as well. Yeah, that sway bar definitely needs repair. Okay, let's move to the other side. How's that sway? See, that sway bar looks okay. Yeah, I think that sway bar looks okay. So I think it is just the brake on this side. We'll see. Yeah, everything on that side looks, looks reasonably decent. The drive shaft looks okay as well. Ah, that looks horrendous. I wonder if it's something more mechanical here. Kind of this roller and the timing cover and all that sort of stuff. Okay, cool. Well, we'll look at that in a moment. Let's get the rest of these tyres off. Okay, so that's all of the that's all of the brake pads off, plus obviously the drive shaft and the rear, the sway bar, I think it is. Yeah, sway bar front end. That's all done. So what I can do now is I can have a look at the status of the car. Yeah, so drive shaft, sway bar front end. Okay, so the rest of it is going to be the turbo and I think something to do with the timing. So we're going to drop this down here and we're just going to have a look in here and just see if, yeah, so some of this stuff, it looks quite bad, doesn't it? Let's come out of that view and let's go to the examination mode. And what we can do is we can cheat a little bit here. So we can look at the engine. And you notice the XP comes up when you do this. So this is in examination mode. Ah, yeah, see, look, it's picking up those serpentine belts from the timing or the timer. Yeah, look at all that. So that's all. Yeah, so that's all that. Okay. Obviously the turbo we're aware of. So we've got the 2 idle rollers, the 2 serpentine belts. We're still missing 4 parts. Which one of them we know is the spark plug. Let's get the turbocharger off. There we go, turbocharger. So let's get that in there. Belt tensioner, yep. Turbocharger, yep. Okay, so we're still missing 3 of them. Let's get all this off. I want to get this cover off. Ah, the water pump. Yeah, okay. These idle rollers need to be changed. The water pump, am I able to drain that at all? No, I can't. Okay, looks like we're going to have to make a bit of a mess then. Right, never mind. Yeah, there you go. You did not drain the fluid before removing the part. Yeah, well, I mean, I couldn't. So, yeah, didn't have much of a choice there, really. Right, okay, the crankshaft is okay. Looks like this cam gear is okay. So, I believe that is going to be... No, we're still missing 2 parts here. Okay, what are we missing? Let's have a look. Just come out of the car again and do a examination. Engine we've done. Suspension, maybe? Ah, wheel hub bearings. There we go. What about on this side? But it's the same. Yeah. Marvelous. Okay, so let's pull the vehicle up again and get ourselves the wheel hub bearing, and then the other one on the other side. I'm going to have to remove this drive shaft. That's fine. Wheel hub bearing. Perfect. Okay, so that should be the whole lot, I think. Yep, it is. There we go. Marvellous. Right, let's get those all ordered. Let's go to the main shop. Go to our shopping list. Wheel hub bearing, 2 of those. Water pump, 1 of those. Turbo, 1 of those. Belt tensioner, 1 of those. Serpentine B1, serpentine A1. Idler, 2 of those. 1 sway bar. 1 drive shaft. 2 brake pads. 2 brake pads. Oil filter. And a spark plug. Wait, I didn't take the spark plugs out, did I? Oh dear. Right, let's get these coils off. There we go. Right. Oops, sorry. Okay, cool. Let's go to, yeah, let's do standard delivery. So that'll be here at 6 o'clock. Let me just make sure I've actually got, yeah, I do. Excellent. Right. So yeah, we'll just hang about here until 6 p.m. Okay, parts have arrived. Let's grab those. Excellent. And what I might do first of all, actually, is I might just go into build mode and put these in straight away. Put the spark plugs in, like so. Ignition coils. So I'm going to have to do all this anyway. So let's get the turbocharger on. Superb. Let's get the timing belt stuff all sorted. Let's get the water pump in. Let's get the roller on. Lovely. The other roller. Lovely. Let's get the belt in. Let's get the tensioner. Let's get the cover on. Let's get the crankshaft pulley. And finally, the final belt. Excellent. Right. Oh, no. Looks like I missed a roller somewhere. Yes, I did. There we go. Let's pop that in there. Excellent. Right, okay, so that's that bit done. Let's get the car lifted. And then we can deal with the oil filter and the suspension and tyres and stuff. So, let's go into this view. Let's go into this view. Let's put a new oil filter in. Perfect. Let's come up to here. Let's put a wheel hub bearing in here. Let's put the drive shaft in here, like so. Brake pad, caliper. And let's just zoom out a bit. There we go. Tyre. Okay. On the other side, we need to do the inner tie rod. Sorry, the sway bar. We need to put the disc back on, so let's put that on. Then we need to put the wheel hub bearing in, like so. Then we can put our new drive shaft in. Very nice. Then we can put our disc. Sorry, we need to put our bracket on first, don't we? And then we can put the brake pad on. Lovely. And then we can put the caliper back on. Lovely. And now we can put the wheel back on. Excellent. Moving to the rear of the vehicle, we can put the brake pad on, the brake caliper, and the wheel. Okay, and obviously final one, brake pad, brake caliper, and the wheel. Okay, that should be everything. He says. Yep, all those spark plugs are done. Okay. Hang on a second. I was adding something to my shopping list there. Can we remove those from our shopping list? I don't know how to do that. Okay, never mind. Right, okay, I think we are all done. We've got to sort the oil out first. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's do the oil first. Okay. And you want some coolant as well. There we go. Excellent. Now we're done. Yep, we are done. Superb. Oh, so I do have skill points now. So increases screwing and unscrewing by 10%. Okay, so we can't do that yet. Speeds up parts removal by 20%. Excellent. Some of these aren't available in the demo. That's okay. It's just deep pockets, swift hands, and strong arms. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, let's... yeah, let's get our next... Oh, actually, what I want to do first is just sell all this stuff. So the highest one, 52... 61 is the highest one. There we go. Sell all that. Excellent. Right, now what I want to do is get the next car, the Salem. Good morning, my dad sent me here. I inherited this car from my grandfather. He really liked the car, even though he was not a big car enthusiast. I think the car may be a bit neglected. It spent the last few years parked outside near the house. Please make it more suitable for everyday use. In its current condition, I am not sure what to expect. Change the oil, drain and refill with new. Okay. Everyone needs an oil change. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, so... Crikey. Don't know whether it starts. Issues to fix. Oil filter, obviously. That's standard. but everything else is completely unknown. So what we're going to do is do the same thing again. We're going to get it into the brakes and suspension testing, and then we're going to run our electronics over the vehicle, and then we'll do a more physical inspection of the vehicle just to see if we can figure out what the issues are. He looks so gangster. He really does. Look at this guy. Okay, so that's the brakes and suspension tested. Let me just have a look at the headlights. Headlights look okay. Yep, that's fine. Let's just check the wheel alignment. Wheel alignment looks okay as well. That's good. Mega. Right. So we know the oil filter needs doing, but first of all, what I want to do is just have a look at I just want to inspect the vehicle. So I'm just going to do a physical inspection of the vehicle just to see if I can locate any issues that might need fixing. Okay, that's okay. I mean, a lot of this stuff is going to be identified already because we have done the suspension and brakes test in that area first of all. So yeah, most of this stuff is already known to us. Battery can't be examined. Air intake, let's have a look. It found some other problems. There we go. Oh, yeah. Look, the rear sway bar. Anything else that we can... Let's just check the exhaust. Yeah, I mean... I don't think that was ever going to be an issue somehow. That's all been done. Yeah, I think we're pretty much... I think we're pretty much good. ABS can't be examined, can't be examined. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done there. Okay, cool. So let's get the car up. And while we're doing that, I just want to check the battery. Okay, that's 61%. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to charge that. There we go. You can have that. We know the oil filter is a thing to do, as always. Seems to be always a thing that we need to do, which is a bit weird. But let's drain the oil. Ugh, gross. Yeah, that looks horrid. Of all of the cars so far, that one looks like the one that would actually need changing. Some of them had a bit of dirt in them, but yeah, they weren't, you know, overly bad. Where is the bad boy? There it is. Right, let's get rid of that. Okay, cool. So let's go to our car list. Looks like we've still got loads to discover yet. I think a lot of it is the don't know actually. Is it going to be something more? We haven't done our engine bits yet. That's why we're not seeing an awful lot. Right, okay, so that is... Oh, that's going to take 11 minutes. Oh, my God. Right, okay, never mind then. Cool, okay. Well, what we'll do then... is while we're here... let's pull the wheels off. And then what we can do is we can... oh, they're rusted. And then what we can do is do the electronic checks in the engine and just make sure that everything is working correctly there, or as it should be. Let's get the brake pad off. Get the caliper bracket off. That's rusted. Oh, good lord. Yeah, get the disc brake off. Everything else looks okay there. Can't see anything else. Looks like the wheel bearings, the wheel hub bearings are at the rear of the car. So yeah, I don't think we have to worry about those here. So let's get this wheel off. Oh, are the wheels an issue as well? Okay. So that means we're going to... Oh, God. Okay, this is actually going to take a little while, I think. Oh, dear. Right, okay, never mind then. Right, let's get this bracket off. I think this bracket is going to be an issue as well. Yeah, thought it might be. Okay. That looks pretty bad, actually. I'm just going to remove this drive shaft. Just humour myself. No, that's fine. Okay. So let's put the wheel hub bearing back on. There we go. And we'll put the drive shaft back in. There we go. Right. Excellent. Let's move to the rear of the vehicle. Let's see if these wheels need doing as well. I think they will. Yeah, they will. Looks like the... Let's just take them off, because they might need doing. Then again, they might not. If not, I'm just going to put them straight back on again. No, they don't. Okay, that's fine. Let's put the bracket back on. Let's put the pads on. And the caliper. And let's now take off the wheel hubcap. Put the wheel hub bearing, take that off. This... Okay, so we're going to need to take all this off. We're going to need to take this off as well. No, we'll need to take the wheel off first, this side. Okay, so all four wheels need doing. That's bonkers. Okay, so let's grab the hub bearing out of there. So we know that needs doing. Let's take the sway bar off here. And then we can take the link off as well. Or this whole... Yeah, the whole sway bar, basically. So those two things on the corners were the links. These springs look absolutely atrocious. So let's take those. Thank you. Yeah, I thought they might be an issue. That one looks horrendous as well. Yeah, that looks absolutely atrocious. Right, okay. So I think... that shock absorber. Right, okay, let's have a look and see what we've got here. So we've got calipers, springs, standard tyre, and we've still not got all of the parts yet. So let's take the car down. Let's go into our additional tools and let's just do our scans. Okay, so all that looks fine. Let's go to our fuel pressure test. Engine needs to be complete to perform this action. Ah. So what are we missing then? Okay, so there's something to do with the pistons then. If it can't compress, then there's an issue with the pistons, right? That's how it looks to me. Oh, yeah. Duh. Let's check the electronics then. Okay, so the radiator fan is an issue. Okay. So let's take the housing off. And let's get that added. Radiator fan, radiator fan. Right, okay, so we think it's a piston issue is what we're looking at. So let's get rid of these ignition wires. Let's get this head cover off. I'm assuming yeah, I think the spark plugs are okay. Let's just get these rockers off. I don't think the rockers are going to be the issue here, but we're going to need to get these off if we want to get to the pistons, because there's going to be pistons on both sides of this. So let's do that. And weird, it says engine needs to be complete. Let's get these push rods off. Okay, let's see if we can now get this head cover off, and let's get these, let's get the fuel rail off, let's get the throttle off. All this just to get to the pistons, man. Oh my god. Right, that's the intake manifold. Okay, so let's try and get these rockers off. Okay, exhaust manifold. Let's get that off. Okay. Yeah, exhaust manifolds. There's got to be a simpler way to do this, surely. And the last push rod, and this should now, of course, after we've unscrewed everything, this should now just get lifted off. There we go. Right. Pistons with con rods. Obviously, we can't take these off at the moment because they're bolted into place underneath. So we're going to have to lift the car up anyway, which is fine. What I want to do is just get all of this stuff off, basically. I just want to get everything off. And, well, I say everything. I want to get all the heads off so that I can get to the pistons underneath. Inventory is now full. Yeah. Okay. Have we got a... We could probably put some of the stuff in here, to be honest. Yes, we can. Okay. So, to be honest, all of the good stuff, we'll just throw it in there, really. Oh, no, I didn't want that. Oh, no, where's it gone? Yeah, I want to keep that. Because those things I'm going to sell. Rocker arm, ignition wires, those are dead. That's fine. Rear springs, they are staying. Shock absorbers, they're staying. That's going. Yeah, they're both going. They're all going. Wheel hubcap, they're all going, they're all going. They're all going. These tyres are staying with me. Oh, the oil filter. Keep that. Right, okay. So, where were we? Yes, want to try and get this off. Let's get the power steering pump off. Oops. Ah, now we can get this head off finally. And there we go. Hallelujah. Right, let's lift this up and we'll get to the pistons underneath. We need to remove the oil pan. Now, I don't know which one of these is going to be a problem. It could very well be all of them, to be honest. Okay, so I'll tell you what then. Let's just take all of them off. So that's the mounting. Yeah, I'll take off all of the rod caps, and then I'll just pull all the pistons out. And then the ones that are okay, we'll keep. There we go. Right, let's drop it again. Let's just pull all the pistons out. Ah, yeah. Is it going to be all 6 of them? No, that one's okay. That one's okay. And that one's okay. All right, so let's add these pistons and the piston spring. That's okay. Let's add this one and this one. That's okay. And let's add this one and that one's okay. Perfect. Okay, so we should now have found everything. Yes, we have. Excellent. Piston rings, piston rings, piston rings, rod cap. Tyres are okay. Right, I want to get the tyre changer off here. Or I want to get the tyres off here. Because it's the actual tyre that's the issue. The rim, the barrow, is okay. So yeah, it is just the tyre we need to get rid of. So what I'm going to do is pop the tyres. I'm going to take the piston with conrods. Going to throw all those in there. Brake caliper pistons, power steering. The rims I'm going to keep. The oil pan I'm going to put in there. The engine head I'm going to put in there. That is fine. Everything else is basically going to get sold. Actually, I might put those in there as well. Right, so everything else is basically getting sold. So let's do that and let's get all the parts sold. So the highest part we've got is... See, okay, so there's only one rod cap that actually needs to... Right, okay. Let's... rod cap. Okay, so there's only one rod cap that actually needs to go. So let's sell everything else. So 27 is the highest, 30 is the highest. Yeah, 30 is the highest. Okay. 30. There we go. Done. Excellent. Right, let's order some bits. No, I don't want that on my shopping list. Okay, let's get the let's get all this added. Right, we need 3 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those, and I'm not going to buy those because they're accidental. I've put those on accidentally. How do you... I don't know how to... Ah, wait a minute. There we go. Like that. Perfect. Figured it out. Right, let's go to our shopping cart. Standard delivery, 8 a.m. Yes, that's fine. What I also need to do is go to the... no, not the engine shop. I need to go to the wheel shop. I need to get some tyres. I need to go to standard tyre, 16, 195, 65, and we want 4 of those. Perfect. And show the shopping cart. Let's get that for a standard delivery as well. 8 a.m. So we'll finalise that, and then main shop will finalise that as well. Okay, let's head to bed, and we'll sleep until 8 a.m. Okay, delivery is here. Let's go grab it. Oh, that thing looks absolutely stripped, doesn't it? Right. We had a good old rummage around in there. Okay, first thing I want to do is get the tyre on. Oh, I don't have the necessary bits and bobs. Right, so hopefully we can just pull all this stuff out now. Or as much as we can. Okay, that's pulled out as much as we can. Obviously, we had to pull a ton of it out to get to what we needed to get to. Let's install the wheel, and then we'll put it in the balancer. In fact, what I'm going to do is just put all 4 wheels on, and then I can balance them all one after the other. Have I got another upgrade? No, I've only got 1 skill point. Ooh. Never mind. Right. Let's get these balanced. Yeah, take the wheel, and then there should be 1 more. Nice. Okay. So let's get the car up, and then what we can do is have a look to see if we can get at least some of this stuff done. To be honest, yeah, so stuff like this is going to be okay. Is that a caliper bracket we need to put in? Yes, it is. Brake pads, yeah, that's all fine. Brake caliper, you don't have the necessary part. Okay, that's fine. Let's move back to, let's go to one of the other wheels. Brake disc, yeah. Looks like the caliper bracket also needed doing. And we'll just go as far as we can with the inventory that we've got. Okay, so we don't have the necessary parts. That's okay. Let's see if we've got the wheel hub bearing. Yes, we do. We can put the wheel hub cap on. No, don't have the necessary part. That's okay. Do we have the spring? Yes, we do. Perfect. And the rear shock absorber, don't have that. That's okay. Let's put the sway bar on. Let's put the sway bar rear end link on. And let's head over to the other side. If I can highlight the spring. Yes, I can. Excellent. We know we don't have that bit. That's okay. Let's put the sway bar rear end link on. Yep, perfect. And let's put the other bearing on. Nice. Okay, so that's most of that bit done. All we need to do now is just grab the other bits from the warehouse. There's quite a lot, actually. Let's try taking the bits that we know are for the... There we go. Yeah, perfect. So let's pop these on. And let's pop the cap on. Superb. Let's put the wheel back on. Let's put the hub cap back on here. What am I missing? Am I missing something? Oh, the shock absorber. There we go. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now, what are we missing here? We're missing the caliper. Oh, I don't have the necessary parts. Oh, okay. Brake calipers. Here we go. There we go. That's what we're missing. Right. Let's try that again. Brake caliper. And the wheel. Let's do the oil filter while we're here. Excellent. That's that bit done. And then on here, let's put this caliper on. Excellent. And let's put the tyre on. Mega. Right. That's that bit sorted. Now then, the rest of this is going to be... yeah, I think the rest of this is going to be all... yeah, it's all accessible from the engine bay. So what I'm going to do then is drop the car. And I'm going to put the piston with conrod back in with the new springs. Piston with conrod. Piston with conrod. I then need to raise the right, let's get these. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not right, is it? Which is the one that needs doing? It's this one. There we go. Because you've got to make sure that you put the new part that you're replacing in the actual highlighted bit, otherwise it doesn't recognize it for some reason. So, okay, so the oil pan, let's go and grab that. Where's the oil pan? There it is. We'll take that. Thank you very much. And let's get that added back on as well. Mega. Right. So the rest of it should now be able to be done from the engine bay. And we need to add engine head B. Right. Let's see if we can get the push rods in. Yes, we can. Incredible. Push rods. Push rods. Push rods. And push rods. Okay, so I don't have the cover. Do I have the distributor? No. Do I have the manifold? No. Okay. Do I have the fan housing? Yes. Perfect. That's the fan housing dealt with. Let's get the battery, because that's done. So we can put that on now. So let's get the battery. Excellent. Right, let's grab as much of this stuff out of here as we can. We should be able to grab all of this, actually. Yeah, we can. Mega. Right. Now we can get back in here, and now we can actually put it all together properly. Right. Spark plugs. 1, 2, 3. And there should be some around the other side as well. Yes, there are. There's one there. One there. And one there. And now we need to put on the all of this stuff, basically. Right, let's get the power steering pump back on. Still got bits in my... wait a minute. Still got to do these bits, push rods. And of course, because I didn't know which of the piston rings was, or which of the pistons weren't working properly, I had to pull the whole thing out, you know, because it could have been one of them, it could have been three of them, it could have been all of them, you know. So yeah, it was, that's why this has taken so long, is because I've had to literally haul the whole engine out just to figure out which of the pistons wasn't working correctly. Turns out it was only 3 on one side. So, but there we go. That's the life of it, I suppose. You know, if you don't know, you don't know, do you? Right, that's done all that. Let's get all of those electrical wires on. And we should now have nothing left in our inventory. No, we do not. Probably a good idea to put some oil in the old car. Let's try that. Excellent. Looks like it's okay for coolant. Brake fluid's okay. Coolant's okay. Screen wash is okay. Power steering reservoir. Ah, that was empty. There we go. Excellent. Right. If this doesn't work, I'm going to go mad. Let's open it up. And it works. Excellent. Oh. Yep. All looks good. Everything's been fixed. Finish the order. Mega. Thank you for your participation in Car Mechanic Simulator. Use our social media to share your thoughts about our product. Add the game to your wish list. Okay, I mean, yeah, we can... I'm not going to do that here, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, listen, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. It is rare we do a double episode on a Wednesday, so you know, that's but that's sometimes what you need to do with these demos. So yeah, that's it from me. I'll be back Friday with my usual schedule. Please do like and subscribe. Ring that notification bell just so you never miss an episode, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.